Hello everyone and welcome to another double feature draft of Midnight Hunt and Crimson Vow. I think I will be drafting maybe a traditional draft of Crimson Vow as my next video, but I will also have on the same day another double feature draft if I have time for both. Anyway, I think it's pretty easy Anja here. Of course there's an upgrade, great first big common, but this is just a crazy good bomb rare. You are not gonna pass this ever, basically, in pack 1, pick 1. I guess in double feature you could, because you might have even better bomb rare for a single color, but now the Celestus isn't as good, so I'll take the Anja here. The Blade Stitched Scarp is also a fine first pick here, but I'll take the best card in the pack and move on. Someone took the other rare from this one, so there's still the Dig Up, which is not really an early pick rare. Flame Channeler is good, and the Uncolor. Whenever a spell you control deals damage, yeah, you want this to be more than just a 2-mana 2/2, but if you pick this at pick number 2, you can have ways to transform it, and when it becomes a 3/3, that's already good value. And then of course if you happen to get any additional benefit from the ability of the 3/3, that's just great. So this is another 2-mana 2/2 which has some kind of an upside, but the Flame Channeler is the better card out of those two. I will stay on color and just take out of these red to uncommon 2-drops. I take the one I think is better, at least this early in the draft. And now I see, and one uncommon and one rare has been taken. Okay, this is the second Whispering Wizard. Also a first pick worthy card actually. This was in pack 1 I think, but of course the other options were better. But yep, I'm black-red now, if that's gonna work. How much am I gonna force the archetype here? Because I could take the Whispering Wizard, which is also very good early on in the draft. You can draft around it a bit. The other options would be just like a Catapult Fighter, Fearful Villager. They're definitely not as high quality as the Whispering Wizard. No, Anje funnily actually does work with Catapult Fighter, but red cards in general maybe not that easily. Although the Fearful Villager does work. I think I would take maybe the fighter, but I think I'll take the best card here. I'm not necessarily black-red here, so I should just take the best card. That gives me the better way to stay open in the draft here. Now this pack has though a bunch of black and red cards, and the only blue card is uncastable. Well, not uncastable. I mean unplayable in a sense that it's quite weak. You might have some very weird deck where you actually want to play this card, but it's not really gonna be a very common case. Taxidermist is nice card, but I don't think there's a reason to take a green card here now when I have decent black and red options. Now Ragged Recluse is clearly worse in these sets now that this draft, because the Midnight Hunt cards don't give you any blood tokens or that many ways to discard. I could take the Spellrune Painter. It's not the best, but Gift of Fangs. Yeah, I think I'll take the Painter for one reason. I mean, the reason is that it does work with the Whispering Wizard, so let's say if I can still have a way to make the deck into a blue-red one. I mean, I don't think the Gift of Fangs is that great of a removal spell, so I didn't take the black card there. But the Painter does work very nicely in the same deck as the Whispering Wizard, so if the blue-red is where I'm gonna end up, that's a good card in there, and I can still get some benefit from this ability even if I'm black-red. Black-red will obviously have hopefully some number of instant or sorcery speed, instant or sorcery cards that are removal spells. Alright, but now another Catapult Fighter is here. There are some other red 3-drops here too. There's also an Evolving Wild. The Root Coil Creeper is the best card in the pack, but it's very hard here to go. This is not really good, is it? No, it's not good. I don't think I'm going to take a green and blue card here now. I will maybe stay on course, but yeah, let's see if I want to even consider taking these 3-drops here. These are all kind of exchangeable. I think I'll take the Evolving Wilds here. Maybe there's like a very small chance I'm going to splash something, but I'll take the Evolving Wilds because those 3-drops, they are fine, but they are nothing amazing. You can easily just, find similar cards for your deck if your colors are in any way open. Alright, so I do see green is now open, but am I gonna take something like a Perforator? This is a really aggressive card. You don't usually want to play it. Blue is not open, so the Whispering Wizard isn't gonna work because I haven't seen any good mono blue cards. Okay, the Wolf Strike is, I think, the best card in the pack, but I don't really like the Perforator. It is just not very good. 2 mana, 2/1. I'll take the Wolf Strike. It's possible I will, go to green-red, because as you can see, I haven't really seen any high-quality black either. There's a Doomed Dissenter here. It's not amazing. Now there's a Mysterious Storm. It's good in a slower deck, but maybe not. I think I'll take the Sure Strike. Or I could take the Spowback Wolf as a 2-drop now that I took the green card. Yeah, Sure Strike is also quite, not really that important, at least not this early in the draft. I'll take the green card. It's possible I will pick green-red, just based on what the colors are open here. Burn the Accursed is actually quite nice. Instant speed, 5 damage to a creature, and 2 to its controller, and it also exiles. That's a fine 5 mana kill spell, much better than Lacerate Flesh. I'm happy to pick it here. And there's a Delver, so I could go for a weird deck that actually tries to maximize instants and sorceries. But there's also Duel for Dominance. It's not the greatest, kill spell, but Delver is really unlikely to be that good. You would have to have like at least 10 and ideally more instant sorceries than, and I haven't currently more than like 1 here. I think I'll take the Duel for Dominance, and I'm prepared to be red-green here based on the packs. And I can easily splash the Anja, by the way. I already took an Evolving Wilds here. Okay, so here, Massive Might or a Candlelit Cavalry. I don't think I need this kind of a 5-drop here. There are plenty of options for 5-drops, and you don't want to play many of them in your deck. And you don't have to play at all. And I already have a 5-mana removal spell, so I'll take the trick here. Alright, so Catapult Fodder. Is there a chance for... it's very... I guess I'll just take the Wolf, but I don't like the main deck it. And of course, this is a best of 1 draft, so I just don't like it too much, unless I'm really deep into Wolf synergies. Okay, I could take either of these cards. Maybe I still take the Massive Might. I like it quite a bit, actually. Okay, now I can take the quest. The Catapult Fodders came very late, but I guess otherwise black wasn't really that open. I'm happy to take this Wolf too. Yeah, black wasn't really that open there, so I'm looking to splash for the Anje, but that's about it currently. There's a Dormant Crow, which I'm gonna take here. It's a really decent card here. I think it's very close to the best card in the pack. The Fateful Absence is okay, but it does give your opponent a clue token, and Limited is usually a bit slower format, so the opponent will have time to cash in the clue token. It's still, of course, a card you will play in every white deck, but it's not really that amazing. I'll take the Dormant Crow, which is here the easiest pick. Actually, a fairly weak pack in terms of red and green cards, other than the Dormant Crow, of course. Alright, so here, what do I see? There's an Immolation, not too interested in that. Dominating Vampire, not really that great either. I mean, it would be my... I guess I have 2 vampires. Who are those? Oh, there's the quest, and then there's Anje. Alright, so not gonna be easy time getting any value out of this ability, and this is a 3/3 for 3. Not great in modern limited. Also the double caster, so not really a card I'm looking to play. I don't think the Thermal Alchemist is... I mean, it's okay. Maybe I'll take it still. I mean, it is 1 unblockable damage every turn, no matter what. And I have some actually, I have some instant and sorceries. Fine, I'll take it. It also has 3 toughness. It can block, 2 power creatures. Alright, this is interesting. I think the Reservoir, while being quite good, the Ballista Watcher is just, the more reliable card. 4 mana, 4/3 with a reasonably decent ability, and then of course during night time it's just an insane machine, so I'll take it over the Reservoir, which is just quite slow. I mean, first of all, you have to pay 3 mana to do nothing to affect the board. Then the longer the game goes, the better this becomes, but I like this a lot better in a dedicated instant or sorcery deck, and also in best of 3 where you can sideboard this in or out, depending on the matchup. Alright, so I'll take the Ballista Watcher here. And Slowgurk. Alright, not really a splash-worthy card, I don't think. Plus, if I'm splashing something, it's gonna be the Anje. Okay, there's a Wolfstrike, Hook, and Mariner, and there's also another Burn the Accursed. Each of them are quite interesting. I could take any of them. I think I need a creature here, though. But 9 creatures? Okay, I should actually cut the Whispering Wizard. That's not going to be splashed. Is there some card I'm not wanting to play? No, I'm actually wanting to play each of these. I really have I have some pump spells, but I don't actually have that many removal spells. Yeah, I'll take the Burn the Accursed. It is such a decent one. Now I do want to find some creatures, but what is this? Oh, Organ Hoarder, really late here. Pick 5. Okay. Am I gonna splash blue? I don't think the Whispering Wizard is quite splash worthy, but I'm not playing the Millipede either. I have so low creature count, it's never gonna be a very big one. So I think I'll take the Organ Hoarder just in case I end up splashing blue. It's just otherwise a very weak pack for me. Alright, so the entire pack 2 might be unimpressive for me. My colors are really drafted now based on these picks. I have nothing for me. Return to Nature, not a card I'm willing to play in best of 1. It's a fine sideboard card. Bloody Betrayal, not for this deck. I take the uncommon. I mean, I'm unlikely to move away from my colors. I guess I could just ignore the green and try to be blue-red still. It's a possibility, but I don't really maybe want to go that direction. Here, I could take now one 5-drop, or I could take the Forages, but I think the 5-drop is just so much better that I will take this thing. There's also a 2-drop, but I guess I have a bunch of 2s here now already. I'll take the Celebrant, it's so good. But with these 5 cards, with these 5 mana cards, I don't actually want to play anymore. 5 mana cards here. So a third Massive Might. I think I like the Neonate's Rush a little bit more. It's also something that combines with the Flame Channeler, because you have to deal damage with your spells to make it work. So I take the Neonate's Rush here. Yeah, okay, Pestilent Wolf. Now this is fine. I need actually any kind of 2-drop, and this is not the worst. I'll take it. Immolation, another 5-drop, which I'm not taking. I guess one Immolation is totally fine. And here, okay, Bounding Wolf. I guess it's a 3 mana creature, which I might still need, so let's take it for now. Of course, there's an entire pack left. Getting the Hook and Mariner. This is really good. There was a Wolfstrike in the pack, but I'm glad one of them came back to me that late. Okay, I don't think the Blood Servitor is going to be played, but neither is the Millipede. Okay, I guess I'll take the 3 mana card because I know I'm not going to play another a Millipede 5-drop here. That's just not going to happen. Okay, so what does this pack say? It's not that amazing, actually. I wouldn't mind having another Evolving Wilds or maybe other way to splash and maybe some single color black removal or something, but I think I'm currently still splashing for Ange, but that might change depending how the pack goes. Alright, so Belligerent Quest would be a 3 mana card. This is a 1 mana 2-1. It's not really... My deck is not aggressive or anything. I don't actually care about it. I have enough tricks. I think I'll take the creature, but this is rather weak. I could take just 20 gems here, but I think I can still play the quest here in the deck, so let's take it. Alright, so there's a Flame Blessed Bolt. There's also Burly Breaker. That is the kind of 5-drop I would be playing in this deck, but I think the Flame Blessed Bolt is going to be my pick. I have now 13 creatures. That is good enough. I will play the Flame Blessed Bolt easily over the Immolation. This Immolation doesn't actually synergize with the Painter nor with the Alchemist. These are from Midnight Hunt, which cares about... There's a theme around instant and sorceries, whereas the Crimson Vow, similar blue-red theme, is caring about non-creature spells. So enchantments work there, but they don't work with the cards I've picked, so... Yeah, I'll take these, and maybe if the Belly Breaker comes back, I will be happy to pick it. Here... It's gonna be one of the creature producing cards. I mean, either the creature or the Rise of the Ants. I really don't know about the splash currently. Anja is really good, but I also don't have to mess up my mana with just one black card and with just one Evolving Wilds and no other way to fix my mana. I think it might not even be worth it. I might just take the Hook and Mariner here over the 6-drop because just getting early pressure is maybe better here, especially with the double Massive Might here. Alright, well, there's a Keswick Naturalist. It's an easy pick here. Yep. I mean, a great quality 2-drop for this deck. And red-green is better in this draft format than it was in Midnight Hunt, easily. And this is a Midnight Hunt card. So usually you didn't even want to pick this very early in the Midnight Hunt because you kind of wanted to avoid red-green there. It's not the case in this set now. I mean, this draft set, which combines both. Alright, so let's do it. And... what does this have? There's another 5-drop. This is actually quite decent. 5/4 Trampler or a 6/5 Trampler for 5 is good. Am I gonna play it? I actually think I'm not gonna splash the Anja anymore. Reckless Impulse is something you could have, but I don't think I care about it too much. Could just take 20 gems here too. I'm not sure if I want to play all those 5 mana cards. I think I'll take the 20 gems here because I have 1 5 mana creatures, 2 5 mana kill spells, and also, you know, a bunch of 4 mana cards here, so I don't want to have too heavy of a mana curve. And now I actually wouldn't mind having a Nonage Rush because it does have some synergy with my cards, but this Outland Liberator is just too good of a card. Also the Dawnheart Mentor isn't bad, but I'll take the Liberator here, and I'm not gonna take the Rootstain. I think I'm not gonna splash the Andre. It's just not worth it given that I have a pretty decent deck here. 4 wolves, 6 werewolves. That makes the Runebound Wolf actually something I could consider here. I'll take it here. Let's see if it makes the deck. Rise of the Ants number 2. This is pick 8. This is not the one I saw earlier. And Burn the Accursed once again. I think I'll just take all the burns. This is really decent. This is a 6 mana card. This is a 5 mana card. I prefer the 5 mana card, which is gonna be quite nice actually. Okay, not gonna play any of these. I'll just take the uncommon. I have a bunch of cuts here. Broodweaver, Festival Crasher. That's 9 instants, but I have enough 2-drops. I don't need the Crasher. I take this, but it's also quite unlikely that it will fit the deck because I have other 4 mana cards I'd rather play. Might of the Old Way is totally unnecessary with the pump spells I have here. So, I mean, these massive mights, that's already enough. I'll take the uncommon again for vault value, knowing I won't be playing the pump spell. And here we have a bunch of cards I won't be playing. These are some nice sideboard options, but of course this is a best of 1 event, so okay, Impulse, who knows, I might play it. Another 2-drop, but I at least got enough 2-drops. I think I can say at this point that I did find open colors. As you can see by the amount of late picks I got from my colors, the switch to red-green I think was a good one to make in this particular draft. Yeah, this is just going to deck building mode, and yes, I will cut the Anjay. I have a good red-green deck. This is a better card than most. I mean, I guess this would be the best card in the deck if I were to play it, but now I don't have to mess up my mana base here, so I'll cut it. And then I will start cutting. Well, Immolation is the first non-creature spell cut. Do I need to do for dominance? Do I need the Broodweaver? I don't think I need that. Then all the 3-drops here. How many wolves? And this is it is 5 wolves and 6 werewolves out of 17 creatures. So the Runebound Wolf is quite good. So I'm not actually sure about the Thermal Alchemist now. I do like the 1 damage a turn that's guaranteed. But maybe I just want to play some creatures that can attack for damage. Yeah, I think that Thermal Alchemist can be. I prefer the things that are able to attack. Reckless Impulse. I don't think I need it. 2 mana creatures. Let's just go to this mode. Type creature. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't need all these. So I think I like the Runebound Wolf because it has the ability to deal damage when the opponent has good blockers. So this, assuming I get enough damage early game so that I can just start, passing with 4 mana up and use this ability. I like to have that option in the deck. So I will keep it here. Flame Generator, just with the burn spells I have, Flame Blessed Bolt, Nonage Rush, and 3 of these. That is 5 spells that can actually transform this. It's good enough, I think. And what else? Painter here. Now it really depends on how many of these instants and sorceries I'm gonna play. Well, there's only instants, which is better, of course, for the painter. I'd rather have instants. So that's 9 currently. I think the only thing I'm willing to cut there is the Duel for Dominance, and I'm not necessarily even gonna do that. So let's cut the Timberland Guide. That is the easiest 2-drop to cut here after the wall there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 2-drops. I think it is still going to be 2 cuts though. It's not going to be any of the 4 mana cards, it's not going to be any of the 5 mana cards. I have a 4 or 5 mana cards, but I don't have anything that costs more than that. This also can produce mana to me. This draws me a card. Yeah. So I will be playing 17 land for sure. The question is what to cut here. It's not gonna be the Flame Generator. I like it just about enough with the 5 burn spells here. It could be Duel for Dominance and then like a Pestilent Wolf, or maybe the Sporeback Wolf even. Maybe the Death Touch activation is better than the Sporeback Wolf. You know, extra toughness when attacking. Well, or it's my turn. Yeah, it's kinda tough. Do I need to duel here? It is, of course, worse than the Wolf Strike because this is a fight spell. This is, you know, a bite spell, so your creature doesn't take damage. Here you do get damage. Now you have the option to maybe get a +1/+1 counter, but it's not exactly guaranteed. That is 15 creatures, so if I cut the Duel for Dominance and then maybe one of the Sporeback Wolves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 2-drops. That is still going to be 6 werewolves, 4 wolves, so total of 10 things that the Runebound Wolf cares about. That's good enough. I know the 3-drops aren't that exciting, but I just want to have the mana curve, as you can see. 6 2-drops, 4 3-drops. That seems very, very balanced and proper to me. Okay, 13 red cards, 11 green. I have a double caster red. That's very easy with the Evolving Wilds. I'll just play 8+8+ Evolving Wilds here. Yep, I think this is the deck. So I have 3 of these big removal spells. Then there's a Wolf Strike that can also get rid of some big creatures. Neonate Rush and Flame Blessed Bolt for some small creatures. Couple of tricks and a very decent mana curve creature-wise and some heavier hitters here too. I quite like the deck actually. There's no bum rare. Of course in this format I picked a rare that I tried to play for quite long, and then I took this just for the gems, but I guess I just didn't get the bummy rares for my particular colors. But let's see how far can I go with this. Let's take 8 mountains and 8 forests. That's the deck. Okay. Well, Wolf with the Dormant Crow. I have 1 Evolving Wilds and 8 mountains. That's 9 mountains out of 33. Oh, 9 ways to get red mana out of 33 cards. So that's. And since I have the Wolf and the Dormant Crow, especially with the strength of the Crow, this is fine. Because I can not only draw mountains or the Evolving Wilds, I can also just draw green cards, which I will be able to cast with the forest here. So I think it's. I think it would be just a straight up mistake to mulligan this kind of a hand. In limited, you can't just get the sculpt the best possible hand. You have to have some risky keeps. Of course, drawing one of my 5 remaining forests is a bit of a bad beat. But then again, now I have the guaranteed Crow if I want to play that. Opponent starts with a strong 1-drop, but doesn't have a 2-drop, and I drew the mountain for the naturalist, which is fantastic. So when this attacks, I get mana. So let's see if I get to attack. It's possible that the opponent has like a 3 mana, 2/3 or something like that. Of course, I won't be able to attack in that case unless I draw one of my pump spells, I suppose. But well, there are only 2 of them. But it's fine. I can still play the quest, and then I have the Dormant Crow. So this is just perfect. I get to curve out nicely. Alright, this is super annoying. That said, this can't block my naturalist. But that said, it doesn't really benefit me too much because I'm not going to play a post-combat Dormant Crow. I need to counter at the beginning of my combat. So, do I even want to attack? I guess if I want to leave up a mana, it's also possible the opponent won't block. So I guess it's worth it. They have 3 colors, by the way. Okay, that was the 2 damage I was able to deal, and now I will leave up the green. I guess I could have, used some stops or something to bluff a massive might, but because I actually might draw a massive might, I don't want the opponent to think I might have one. Okay, dual craft trainer. I do need my removal spells now. This is going to be rather annoying because they can actually trigger the double strike. Of course, the morbid opportunist just by itself is a really horrible thing to be facing here. Neonage Rush. Okay. This is a first striker, so the Dormant Grove isn't gonna do anything on this particular turn. I still play it, because I could play the Rush on the Traveling Minister, but it doesn't help me. I mean, I'm gonna start doing this. Next turn I can play the Rush and Pestilent Wolf, for example. I know I could play the Pestilent Wolf right now, but I think it's better just to play this thing, and I will give this counter to the Belligerent Quest, I think. But I'm gonna face double strike, a lot of double strike damage. I think I need to draw more of my removal spells. And sadly I can't even put target the Morbid Opportunist, but at least my 5 mana removal exiles. So, okay, the opponent's deck is really decent here. So exiling means that the Opportunist does not, obviously, draw a card. So I'll take here 6. Well, I can take 6 and hope to draw something good. Opponent still has 2 cards left. Yeah, this is gonna look very bad. Sadly, they do have a... They do have, you know, they didn't play anything else than the one Traveling Minister, which means they more than likely have something, but I guess I just have to... who's gonna do what? I'm gonna attack with the quest to get a blood token for sure. This will give me mana though. I can play... I mean, the problem is I have to jump block the trainer very soon here. I don't even want to use the rush on these because they get to draw a card. Yeah, this is really bad. I think I'm going to do it like this and maybe just go for the jump block mode. It's gonna be very hard to even raise, but I ideally get a blood token here. So I might even discard the forest to try to get something to deal with the stuff they are presenting here. The double strike thing is, I mean, other than this, they have just 1 power creatures with the ability to pump, but of course the double strike is gonna mess things up here. I'm gonna use this mana pool mana for this. I have still 2 red available thanks to the mountain I have in my hand, so let's draw something good, shall we? That's not good. So I think I'll just have to play 2 creatures and I have to ignore these Traveling Ministers maybe. They can make... Well, no, I'm in a jump block mode here. They might just bounce or kill something end of turn, because it seems like they have something, they just didn't want to use it because there was no need to use anything. I mean, they might just kill me if they deal with both of these guys, but if they have 2 interactive spells after that start here, I take the loss. I understand that opponent had a better start here. Mostly because of the double strike here. Of course, they were able to deal so much damage thanks to that double strike here. Okay, so they had 1. So I'm now forced to jump block because they can pump the trainer and the opportunist. And then I'm facing 10 damage. And I have only 9 life. So this is really simple math here. And they get to draw a card, of course, but... Well, they chose to give the double strike to that thing. So actually I could take 8 here. I mean, I take the 8 here. There's no point giving them a card now when I can avoid it. Of course, there's many ways they can just, you know, make me lose life now, but it's not really... Okay, they actually allowed me to... This thing pumps my wolves and werewolves. That's quite nice that they didn't play any spell. Of course, that does mean that... It does mean, of course, that I don't... That they have something for... I mean, it's possible they have 2 lands, but they can just have another instant. But let's say if they don't, because look what I can do, because this is normally a 2-4, but now because of the Lord of the Olvenwald, it's actually going to be a 3-5. I can give it a counter, assuming the opponent doesn't have anything, and at that point, all my creatures have vigilance if they don't deal with the Dormant Grove. But as you can see, opponent has a response. Really sad stuff. I mean, that's just how it goes, but I will of course try this. This will transform the Dormant Crow if they don't have anything. Okay, and now I can attack with everything because everything has Vigilance. And they allow me to attack. Now that's actually good, because now I don't have any problem blocking stuff. So whatever they have, it could be like a fierce retribution, I guess. They take a lot of damage here. I mean, I can almost kill them with the Neonate Rush here. I didn't expect them to do absolute nothing there. This was a darn good draw. All this was enabled by the mass vigilance here. Okay, so of course I'm gonna play a land. I don't need to discard this. I'll just do this and play the quest, and now I have the Neonate's Rush up because it's a 2-mana spell because of the vampire I have here. If the opponent doesn't have a flyer here, I just win the game. But let's see. There's no point using the rush here. They go to 1, it doesn't help me, and it also gives them a card. Okay, well now definitely this is a 1 flyer they have, and I will kill it right away. They get to draw a card, but that was gonna happen no matter what. I mean, it would have happened on their turn too. So now they need something pretty specific to deal with this stuff, especially because I have these Tramplers and I have the Massive Might here too. I mean, they can go to 3 life, but in that case the Traveling Ministers will be tapped. So I might just, out of nowhere, get the victory here. With the Neonate's Rush on the Intruder here, that was just amazing. It seems like the opponent is blue-white, which is gonna, who splashes Morbid Opportunist, which totally makes sense. They also have the Evolving Wilds to make the splash easier. It's such an insane uncommon. A card I won't be missing. And I haven't been missing, of course, it's a Midnight Hunt card. I haven't had to see this in a couple of months now, but it is really the best uncommon in the set. Okay, since there's something I can, figure out. I am tapped out. The opponent, if they have a sure victory, they would do it already. Why would they waste time? So this means they don't have an instant victory. They don't have a life loss effect. I guess if they are only splashing for black, that's not gonna be that likely. And of course, these colors don't have haste or anything. So they are thinking, how can they survive my attack? Because based on this turn, I am pretty sure that they simply just... Okay, well, now with that, I'm just going to win no matter what. I mean, I can do the massive, I can even do this, yeah, I mean, let's first see, let's try to attack with everyone first. Okay, revenge there, which means I'm going to play a Burn the Accursed first here. I'm gonna play it on this guy, for example, it doesn't really matter, this makes them go to -1, so... Wow, that, I mean, I didn't even, talk about it a lot. But the one thing that won me the game is the Sporeback Wolf. Of course, I could have drawn anything because of this being, I know, in the Wolf, the Lord mode. I had a lot of 4 toughness wolves or werewolves in the deck. So any of them, if I drew, would have allowed me to put a counter on a creature that will have 6 or more toughness. But now it was particularly the Sporeback Wolf, which I could play and also have 1 up for the Neonate's Rush. So that was really amazing. Okay, this time it's a... Well, I don't have a 2-drop, but it's, of course, I mean, I have my Dormant Crow here, and this time I have both my colors. Opponent mulligan to 6. Yeah, so this is obviously a very nice hand. Ideally would have one of my 6 2-mana creatures, but on the blade especially, just pretty fantastic. I pressed Shift Enter there, and if you don't know what it does, Shift Enter does actually pass priority without any response, even if the opponent has something. So I didn't want to just let them know that I have something for instant speed. This will trade with any of my guys. I think I'll just play the quest. I will trade with the Scorpion and get a Blood Token. I think it is a fair trade. because I have the Hook and Mariner here, which I definitely don't want to trade with the Death Toucher. But if they are attacking with it, I think I will not block. All right, well that is sort of okay. Well, I can trade with the Sparkler too. They get a card, I get a Blood Token. Although with that thing, things actually do change a bit. There's no point playing the Mariner as long as the Toxic Scorpion is here though. I might actually play the Bounding Wolf to block the Scorpion, and then next turn play the Hook and Mariner with even a Massive Might up, something like that. Because playing the Dormant Crow doesn't do much either. I still trade with the Sparkler here. I'm going to do it like that. Let's offer the trade here. It's good for them, they're definitely doing it. I could save this with Massive Might though. Now that's something I didn't even think here. That's actually worth it. I will save it because I can still play the Bounding Wolf. Yeah, this is actually something. Yeah, that line just dawned to me once I saw it's a thing I can do. But this makes sense because I still just rather do the trade with this thing on this Scorpion. Plus I can just now actually I mean assuming this attacks, I will just be blocking with the Bounding Wolf here. Okay, well they have a lot of Scorpions. I think I still will do that. I mean I wish I had an earnest rush here, but okay, they chose to do that now. Sure, that's fine. So again, the Hook and Mariner, I don't want to play it until after I have dealt with these things. I haven't drawn my removal either. So what I'm doing here now is I play the Mountain, and then I will discard the Evolving Wilds for the Blood Token. So let's do this, and I guess I'll give my Trampler an additional counter here and just offer the trades here. I mean, whatever. I still get the Blood Token at least. Now this tax damage will actually be quite big very soon, but there's not much I can do about that either. I do have a bunch of removal spells in the deck. Burly Breaker, well I don't like to see that, but I can still, brawl with it, with the Dormant Crow, which is quite decent stuff. Okay, so I guess I'll just do this then. The Blood Tokens were really useful here when I have a bit of a flood going on. Make this a 5/5, trade with the Burly Breaker, sounds like a plan. I still have a Falconrod Celebrant in the deck, so I should in fact Adelaide. So what's this? I mean, I should keep the Forest in my hand, I was gonna say, but what is this? Suddenly they have a double, I mean, after this black and white start, they have a double white card here. and a kill spell for my guy. And I drew their Celebrant even. I guess they're splashing for black here, because I haven't seen anything black. They are not splashing a double white card, I don't think. They just drew two of their swamps. But I can't double spell, so no point playing this, which is gonna be discarded to a Blood Token anyway. Let's do this and make this into a 5/5. Now they will be able to. Sadly, they will be able to. I mean, I'm in trouble, of course, in big trouble thanks to Adeline here. It will be at least a 5/4, so I can't eat it, and I need to kill the Burly Breaker too. So I just don't have the tools here. They're gonna net another token as well. So. Okay, well this is just, I mean, I wasn't gonna beat that kind of a start here. So I'm facing here lethal if I don't block one of these. I would love to block the taxi damage because that's gonna become a 4/4 right now. They're gonna have a massive amount of creatures here. Jeez. And I'm taking here 9 damage. Okay, so I lost. That's really obvious now because there's nothing I can have in this deck that helps against the board I'm facing. Yeah, one creature won't be enough. Okay, well let's try another decent hand here. This time with quite early interaction too. I don't have any other creature than the 5-drop, but of course with the Wolf Bolt and the Wolf Strike, this is fine. The opponent, he really had an explosive start there. It was kind of a... I guess it was the one turn when they had the Adelaide and the Wolf Strike to kill my big guy. So that was the one critical turn that gave them... I'm gonna just bolt this thing. I don't wanna see this, come back. This exiles it. Yeah, it was the critical turn there when they were able to... do the two things, because Adelaide was basically a, what, 3 mana 4/4 for them that keeps giving them 1/1s. Okay, so this is gonna be a 3/4. But it's also gonna block everything I have here. Let's just attack. I mean, this is only... The Wolf Strike is only going to deal 2, so I might as well do it. But I don't really... I mean, the 1/1 removal is of course bad against the Disturb stuff. But I still think... Oh, they even milled the Catilda. Now, what kind of deck am I up against here? I'm in trouble, but I think, well, 3 of my remaining removal spells still do... That can't block ground, guys. They still do, exile, but I just need to draw them. And I drew the 4-drop here, which is absolutely fantastic, but I don't like the fact they have this lifelink giving aura there. That is really the problem. The Castigator is no longer a problem. The problem is that they are gonna have they can outrace me so easily with this darn Catilda there. Oh man. Okay, that is the one thing I need here. I'm actually also offering the trade here, I think. I don't have time to make it into a night. I will offer the trade here. Whatever. I actually should have played the land because I might need the instant speed effect here. That was a clear mistake. Okay, they didn't have anything. So now what I'm hoping that when they play the Catilda, it's gonna be at most 5 toughness. Of course, they have already a spirit. Catilda's Rising Dawn does, care about spirits. So they play the 3/4 now, and then it's gonna get hard. But my 4/4 Meniskai will still continue doing. I guess I hope they use the Catilda's Dawn thing on this Wanderlight Spirit, and then I think I'm gonna win the game. I will not necessarily win, but at least that's dealt with, and that's gonna be fantastic. But if they play the 3/4 here, I can attack with the Celebrants. I go to 16, they go to 12. I can't really attack into the 3/4, and I'm not gonna use the Burn the Accursed here. So they can now choose shuffle up to 3 target cards from your graveyard into your library. They can choose to shuffle some of this nonsense. Well, I don't think they're gonna shuffling the Catilda. It's better in their graveyard than as a potential draw. Now this is also Spirit. Yeah, they do. The two creatures go back to... These 2 creatures go back to their deck. So let's see what I draw. I guess that's the thing. Sadly I can't do the Bloodsocken thing right now, because I need to have mana up for the Burn the Accursed. And if I discard a land and use a mana, I will have only 4 mana left. I would have to hope to draw a land. That's kind of counterproductive when I'm discarding a land in the first place. So not gonna risk with the Runebound Wolf attack. I'm gonna attack with the Celebrants, and then I have mana up for the Wolf activation for 1 damage, and also it's night, which doesn't matter currently, and I can also use the Bloodsocken end of their turn. But of course the point is that with these 2 spirits, the Catilda is already gonna be a +3/+3, so these will have too much toughness. I can't let the Catilda's thing resolve, sadly. So all I can do here is just hope they don't have anything too good to play, and that I draw something amazing with the... I mean, another Burn the Accursed is probably gonna be good enough. Okay, that's like fine. Another Spirit, so they are really having the flying blank here. Can I erase them? I don't think I can still, because if I kill... I mean, this can't block my ground guy, so I can kill this. They go to 10, then I attack for 6, they go to 4, and then they will have a actually lethal attack with these things, so I can't do that. Yep, that's fine. At least they are tapped out and they don't have 3 creatures to use that ability. So first, see what I draw. Then I use the wolf for massive 1 damage. I don't think the 1 damage is necessarily worth it. On the other hand, it might be, because I don't think even if I draw a spell, I'm gonna use it, because I need to leave mana up for the Burn the Accursed. So let's do this. And oh, now that is a sweet one. Now I have a game plan. Now I do have a game plan. I think they might block the Runebound Wolf, which I would be fine with. Totally fine. Now all I need to do is keep mana up for these Burn the Accursed things here. So they go to 7 now. Now they might still have an answer for my only creature, which means these are not lethal enough. They only can put them to go to 3, but I think it was important to kill that. Now I hope they go for this thing. I mean, this is only 7 damage. I'm not gonna die to these things. If they play the Rising Dawn, I will be losing, because it's gonna be +3. Actually, it's gonna be +4/+4 now. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to take the 4. I mean, even if they attack with everything, I take the damage. Oh, that's good news. So I can use a post-combat, I mean end of turn Burn the Accursed, hopefully to clear the way, because I can just win if they tap out for... Okay, well, they have something, but let's try this first now, of course. Let's see what they have. As long as they don't have an answer on the Celebrants, I will be winning here. So now that goes to exile. Oh, they have to choose which. There's 2 replacement effects, both putting them to the card to exile. That's why there was a pause. They had to choose which they wanted to apply first, which doesn't matter because they of course both made it to go to the same place. So there's just no point doing anything else than attacking and see if they have like a bounce spell or a fierce retribution. Okay, so now I'm really good, in a good shape, because the Burn the Accursed is just lethal if it resolves. So let's end the turn here. There's no point doing that into open mana. I can take the 4 here. Okay, now this is all I needed. That's all I needed here. Wow, this is really decent. 2 damage can add, I mean, can matter so often. Okay, that was sweet. It looked bad when they got them this thing into their graveyard, but I had, even if they went for it, I had the outs to, you know, deal with this stuff. Great. Again on the play, and pretty sweet hand. I think I'll start with the Runebound Wolf, because there's no currently way to transform the Channeler. And there are, what, 5 cards in my deck that can make this transform. So if I had to do some early game trades, I'd just rather do it with the Wolf. This is a late game card anyway. I'm not gonna, you know, save it in my hand for until turn 7 or something like that. So it's gonna be a long time since I'm even able to use the ability here. So I'm just fine trading with whatever early play they might have, kill spell or a creature. And now with these 4 lands I can play the Channeler of course next turn, and then there's a Mariner and Celebrants I could curve out very decently here. Okay, they have mana fixing. They have mana fixing. Do they have a 1 mana spell here though? Dormant Crow, that's another great thing to have here. Alright, this is sweet. Being on the play with curving out from turn 2 while opponent does miss their 2-drop always gives you some nice you know, head start to the game. They do have, you know, the mana fixing, so that seeing a 3rd color is not really a surprise here. So let's see what they found. Just a 2/2 for 3. Really. I think I'll just play the Mariner here. I offer the trade, and I don't care if they trade with either of those things. I don't think they're gonna take the 4 here. That would be a bit risky, I think. play the 4/4, and next turn I can play the... I mean, I could even play the Celebrants if I draw a land, but I can also just play the Dormant Grove, giving a counter to the Runebound Wolf. Well, that thing has Death Touch, so that's just a 2/2. Okay. So this is gonna trade with the Death Toucher, and well, I guess I could play the Dormant. Yeah, I mean, yes, I can play the Dormant Grove now, and I leave it for a Massive Might up. I'm gonna, you know, give a counter to the Runebound Wolf. They can't kill them both. So now that's that. So now, as long as I have a creature at the beginning of my combat, I will get some value from this thing. Okay, so I haven't seen really... So that's black and red. Some kind of white splash, probably a bomb rare. Okay, well the opponent has at least drawn the maybe the less impressive part of their deck. So, am I gonna play something pre-combat? I'm gonna give the counter to the Runebound Wolf anyway. So, then I'm gonna play the Celebrants. Because I don't feel... I mean, I'd rather have the 5 mana card here. I don't feel like I need to leave mana up for the Massive Might or anything like that. Yeah, they are at 9, by the way. This is also, of course, me having dealt a lot of damage here. That is a good one, though. That is a really good one. It's gonna... Yeah, that's problematic. But am I gonna lose to it? Hopefully not. They get another bunch of stuff from there, though. So this turn it's gonna be the Mariner and the Massive Might mana up. I kinda am at the point where I do want to have my creatures have vigilance, but the sad part in that is that I would have to use the Massive Might pre-combat. So this has to be double blocked. If they do that, they have a 7 power total. So if I give it a counter, it's a 5/5, and then a Massive Might would make it a 7/7. It will still die to a double block. So I'm not gonna give it a counter to that guy. So they're gonna get life, and yeah, the flyer is gonna be annoying as heck. I don't actually mind the trade here, so maybe I'll just... I'm thinking about the Hook and Mariner though. I could give it the counter so I can have the option to have a 6 toughness creature on the next turn, because they're probably gonna trade with the thing that is getting the counter now. So I won't be having... Yeah, that's like a fairly okay plan here. I'm gonna do it like that. Whatever block they're gonna make, I'm gonna trade with the Lambhole Terrier. If they take 8 here, it's possibility. I don't think I'm dying because... Okay, that's really good that they're gonna do a single block here. Well, in that case, I'm not... I mean, this is a 4 mana flashback. It gives 2 counters, so 5... I mean, I'm not... I'm close to dead, actually. But it's not enough. I mean, they need more than this. And I mean, of course I have a blocker too, but they need more than that. Yeah. Let's do it like this. Sadly, they will gain a bunch of life here, but... so the point is that I can even let them use that thing on the Belligerent quest and not block. They would need to have other source of damage, because this is a 5/5 training this. It's 9 total. They can go for 9 total. This does give haste too, but of course they only have 2 mana, maybe 3 if they have a land drop and the final card is like a up to 3 drop. So I don't have to kill the Mariner here, or I mean let it die, because this also gives indestructible. I'd rather not block what 5 damage here if I can avoid it. Liesa though, jeez. Okay then, Liesa. Well, that explains the splash for sure. Is this just? I don't have to worry about the mana base. They have the cards they have now on the battlefield. Oh man, did they have to have another life linker here? This is going to be tough. Now this says, anything that dies will go back to their hand, but it goes to the hand, so it's quite slow for them to play these things back again. I'm just thinking, what's my correct way to do here? I do need to give the counter to. I mean, I can also just do this. Actually, I have one timeout. I had to use some time here, but this is really difficult now. This is really not easy. Okay, that's not gonna be particularly useful. No, it's not. All right, so I mean, if they block with Liasa, that's great. So I think I'll just make the Menace guy kind of. I mean, they do have to block somehow now. If I attack with everything, they can just eat the Runebound Wolf. And I mean, if they block with Liasa, they are at 11, so I can't really let that happen with value. So I will leave the Runebound Wolf here, but I will attack with these and force them to either jump block or double block to kill. They will return to their hand, but it takes a lot of mana for them to recast them, or just block with Liasa, which they are not gonna do here. And then I'm gonna have the belligerent quest here. Now the question is, am I gonna throw away the Liberator to try to get one of my 5 mana burn spells, which I do have 3 of? I guess I can also try to. Oh, they are going to just block with Liasa here. That will be. I mean, do they have a 1 mana thing that helps it survive? Another non-token. I mean, this is gonna mean Liasa is gonna die here. They do go to 11. Okay, what's this? Oh, of course, the belligerent quest is gonna return to their hand. But this is just fine. I mean, don't think I need to try to find anything from the deck now. No, I don't. So this, I will lose my Celebrants of course, but I'll keep my Mariner, and they only get the one of these cards back at the end of their turn, of course. So now what I can do, I can just play the quest here and be rather happy about the situation. Now they still have the Angel Fire Ignition here. If they draw land, they can play the quest and the Ignition, and they did. So they can do that thing. It has haste and indestructible and all that. I'm still having a pretty, good attack here. This is gonna be a 5/5 life linker, and if they attack with both, I don't have to block them. I go to 2. They go to 16. I will have 10. I will have exactly 16 on the crackback, because I can give it a counter to the Hook and Mariner, which will be a 6/6. This will transform into a 3/6. 4 plus 6 is 10, plus 3 is 13, plus 3 is 16. But they have another rare, which is not actually that amazing though. They need blockers here. They might just, I mean, this ability doesn't do too much to them. They will be able to attack with the Griff Rider and then maybe net a card. If they use the Ignition on this thing, same story. I take 6 plus. Yeah, I mean, they can't. At least they can't attack with the Griff Rider, but they might need to land. Okay, so they can do that, and then I will take 5 damage, and they will gain 5 life. No need to block here. It has Vigilance also. Oh yeah, I forgot it has Vigilance. So my calculation was completely wrong, because they would have the blocker here. Anyway, now I can just do this. No blocks. No reason to jump block or anything. They gain life there, but that was a few rares I've been able to deal with. I still have the Florian, but it's, I guess, just a first strike 5/5 currently. But I have my Dormant Growth, which is just an amazing card here. Of course, if I draw one of my, I mean, this is actually the kind of spot where I just want to draw one of my. I have 3 of the spells that deal 5, and that's just game over basically. I don't think the Outland Liberator is really that good, so I'm gonna just discard it. Alright, so this thing has first strike, so I can't attack into it. So now that I did draw absolute nothing here, that's really bad. No, I can't transform the Dormant Crow. I can kill. I can deal 2 damage to them, but they have gained too much life from both the Liasas and the Ignition. I mean, that's like how much life? Easily over 10. All right, so if I give a counter to this, this will transform, and I will be able to attack with the 6/6. Yes, but I won't be able to attack with anything else, and this is as a 3/6. It's still quite good though, because I need to. I'm gonna actually do it because I feel like I'm dying to the flyer anyway, so I need to do something that allows me to at least attack a bit. And there's no point feeding these guys. I could attack with both. They would eat the 3/2 here. Oh, the 4/4 would be eaten in that case. And they would take 12 damage. Is that worth it actually? I mean, maybe it would. Okay, this is really crazy, but this way I can get a blood token. So that's the reason I'm doing this. And actually, I'm still gonna deal 2 to them. If I get a blood, yeah, I think it's worth it. I mean, because look at, I mean, they're gonna lose their flyer. This is really amazing for me. I didn't expect them to block with the flyer. Why did they do that? That's really good for me, because now I have a blocker for this first striker, unless they are, you know, lucky somehow. I'm gonna thin the deck, get my mountain here, and then I can, you know, use the blood token. But I mean, the opponent has to draw something good now, because I have an 8/6 here against their board. I mean, did they draw? I mean, they drew 1 card from their deck. That has to be something very good, because they can't even. Yeah, that's not actually. Yeah, well, they double spelled, because this couldn't block this otherwise. But now they have what, 6 power of first strike there. But I can draw my removal spells here. This was a good draw, but I guess. Well, the fact it has first strike, that made it very good. But let's just draw one of the burn spells now. That's good enough. So this thing has ward, but of course I have the mana for it. So if they go for the double block, I get to kill the Florian. And I think there's no point attacking with this guy, no. So I think they're gonna go for the double block. They might go for the triple block, but the important part is that I get to kill the Florian here. Ward 1, yep. They get to play it as a 2 power first strike flyer, but I mean, they actually should maybe consider a triple block there. They might also choose to do that, which is kind of fine, because I will kill the flyer, and this way I can also play the Ballista Watcher now. Because my guys having Vigilance is really relevant here now. I can play this. I don't have a Vampire, so this is a 3 mana card. I can't cast it, but they can do this. Each of their creatures has ward 1, but the important part of this card is that it's still at 1 toughness creature. And I can also kill it with the Ballista Watcher, actually. To be... Yeah, I'm very happy they did choose to... That they did choose to, you know... use the flyers on blockers. So now if they don't have anything, I'm in a very good shape. I have a couple of different things I can do here. I'm thinking about attacking with the Watcher, and then... No, I can't attack with it into the 5/5. So I'll just attack with the one guy. They do know about the Ballista Watcher, so I have an onboard trick here. So they might go for a... Well, it doesn't matter. I mean, if I get to trade with the Florian here, I think I will be in a very good shape. And they can't just... Unless they have a way to save the Sealed-Geist here. They can't just, you know, block with the Florian and the Sealed-Geist here. They know about the Ballista Watcher because it's on the battlefield. So they have to go for a, you know, in a block involving the Belligerent Quest, in which case... I mean, they will get rid of the Hook and Mariner, but I will get rid of the Florian, which is the thing that's, you know, holding back my guys. 5/5 first striker is no joke. So they only go for the jump block here. If that's the case, I'm just gonna pass the turn, because then I can use Ballista Watcher twice. I don't need to play these cards. I can just, because it will transform. And that's just fantastic for me. I can, you know, ping even the player twice. And they have to double spell now, otherwise they just lose to, you know, Ballista Wielder doing 2 damage now and 2 damage on my turn. Wow. They had a very nice frequency of rares here. Liesa. Well, they had also the Tainted Adversary, but that was mostly a 2-mana 2/3 Death Toucher. Florian, Angel Fire Ignition, but I managed to battle through all of that with my commons and uncommons. Also, Dormant Crow showed its amazing value. Without this card, I wouldn't have had a chance in this game. Okay, this time I'm on the draw, but hand is again really decent here. I have okay, and there is my favorite card in the deck. So who I'm gonna play? There's a small chance they don't have a play available and this will transform, but let's see how it's gonna be. They had a play, and a decent one too. I could play the Bounding Wolf. I mean, I'm gonna play it for curve reasons anyway. And that also allows me to transform the Liberator here. And then the transform, I mean, I can kill the Clue token unless they double spell now. They have to actually use 2 mana to use it. Oh, there's something I'm going to kill for free. Man, that's valuable. Too bad I won't be able to. It has vigilance. That's the sad part in here. So, I mean, they will be able to. It's still fine though. Oh, actually, I can use my own Dormant Crow here. Anyway, no blocks. Just whatever. Let's play this. And are they mono green, by the way? So I can kill the Dormant Crow for free, and then if I play my own Dormant Crow, yeah, they will have to just trade, which they don't want to do even. But if they do, it's fine. Bye bye. That's a really decent card here. Okay, so now they even took it. Maybe they have a kill spell on it, because normally it's even better when I have a, you know, mana up to sacrifice it, because there's still the Clue token that I kind of want them to force to use for 2 mana, but I take 5. Of course, I'm taking a bunch of damage here, but I do have an active Dormant Crow here, which is gonna make the Bounding Wolf also able to attack into this guy. So this becomes only a 2/3 now. Sorry, a 3/4, because they will have to either use this or, I mean, I get to kill it anyway. So the question is what I'm gonna do pre-combat. I don't think there's anything to do, because I'm going to use the Crow on that Bounding Wolf here. Then I'm just gonna play the most expensive. No, I can double spell, but then this will. Okay, well, I don't have to decide it yet. I only decide now that I don't play anything pre-combat, because I know a target for this trigger here. Okay, they chose not to draw a card. So I guess that means they have a pump spell to kill the Frenzy Trap Breaker now. But I mean, I got value from it anyway. So I'm gonna still trade with a. Okay. Oh, that's so bad for the opponent. Oh, that's not even. Okay, this is amazing, because I'm of course just killing it now. Yup. Okay, this Trap Breaker. Look at it killed 3 things. Okay, one of them was kind of a free buy for the opponent from the you know, the Clue token, but this was even optimal, because I didn't have a. I mean, I can still play a 3 mana card and use all my mana for this turn. So I got to kill a Dormant Crow, which only gave them 1 counter. I got to kill the Hull of the Hunt, and I got to eat the Clue token before they get to draw a card with it. And it seems like they are mono green. Oh, it seems like they are not. But now they get their swamp. They can play their black stuff. Alright. Hobbling Zombie, Death Touch thing. Yeah, I have to still take the damage here, but at least it only deals 3 for now. Once they get the Decayed Zombie token though, this will be back to 4/3. But I will have a 4 power blocker. But do I wanna? How aggressive do I wanna be even here? I think I might want to leave the Bounding Wolf to block, just in case, because I don't want to go too low on my life total here. This will become a 5-4 once they get the Decayed Zombie. So I'm gonna leave the Bounding Wolf to block this thing here. And I'm going to give the counter to the Belligerent Quest here. They will most likely double block though, and I don't get a clue token, but honestly I don't need a clue token for anything here. I'm thinking about playing something that I might want to use for this counter, but I don't think I want to. It just doesn't seem like it makes sense. Nope. Just give it to here and put some stops there to fake some kind of interaction here. Oh, they choose not to double block, so I get the clue token anyway. Fine. And I get also Trample 2.0. I think they might... Well, maybe they didn't. But this has Death Touch, so even a combat trick... Well, unless it's a Surge Strike. Yeah, maybe if it's a Surge Strike. But anyway, it doesn't matter. I'll do this. I have 2 blockers on this thing. And hopefully they don't have... I mean, if they have like a crazy combination of pump spells and removal, they can win here. And this is now 8. They might have a massive might. 7. I think I'm gonna do this now. I hope they don't have a Blade Brand. That would be horrible, but I want to make sure this thing dies. I don't care if it trades with the Mariner here instead of the Bounding Wolf. They have Witch's Web, which is not... Okay, good. This is what I care about. I was able to still trade with the creature there. Alright, so now things are still, of course, very good. Now they have this Death Toucher, so I'm not gonna play the Celebrants, which I would have otherwise done. But I play my 2 drops. One of them is gonna get a counter. Probably doesn't matter too much. Don't look at your graveyard as if you have some way to return stuff there. I don't really want them to have the tracker, but they do have a Dryad Revival. Super annoying. Such a slow card, but it's... And they have a Gift of Fangs. Well, that was... I guess that means they don't have mana to cast them. Oh, they chose the Dormant Crow, not the... sorry. Of course they chose that one. Well, anyway, that dies. And then I might have to... Well, they're not gonna attack with multiple guys, so it's fine-ish. They have a Dormant Crow back. Well, I have things here, of course. Sadly, they do have the Hobbling Zombie here, which I could just exile, you know. I don't feel like it though, but I could do it. So I'm gonna go to fairly low life total though. But exiling has the bonus effect of them not getting the Decayed Zombie token. That said, I just want to play my Celebrants too. I'm gonna play the Celebrants and give it the counter, I think. Now that they didn't attack with anything. And then I'm gonna attack with the Wolf. And if they block with the Zombie, they get to have a Decayed Zombie, but I have blocks still. It's gonna be very close, but... Now what I could also do, I could give this a counter and transform this guy, but I don't think I want to do that right now. I do it on the next turn. I mean, this will fail if they... And they might have something nasty. Well, I mean, I decided it already. Now the question is, do I want to attack for 3 or not? Can they win with... Oh, they can win with the Witch's Web though, if they draw a land. Because then they would have... Yeah, I can't attack. Because if they block, they have 3 2-power attackers with Witch's Web. I will lose, because I will take forward. Okay, yeah, well that was easy then. No attacks. I need to use the Burn the Accursed here. So the Sporeback Wolf's job is to block the Hobbling Zombie now. And if they don't attack with it, I think it's time to use the Burn the Accursed. That... Well, that's a target for the Burn the Accursed, I guess. Should I... redraw into something? I think I will redraw into one other guy. I still have a land I can't play here. I want to just see, you know, a little bit more information. Okay. And then I I mean, actually I will have to transform it, which is not the worst thing that can happen. Definitely not. So if they double block this guy with these, it's already gonna be dealing 5 to them, so I should give it a counter to the Spowback Wolf, right? If I exile this... Now I'm gonna exile the Candlelit Cavalry. Yeah, this is rather easy actually. This is rather easy. Everything will have Vigilance, so whatever trades they're gonna make here, it's fine for me. I will have 2 blockers no matter what, and they actually are not in a very good shape here now. They can trade it with the wolf and take... And this is still lethal, they have to jump block actually. They have to lose 2 creatures here, that's the thing. And the best thing they can do is kill my Menace guy, but now they have only 2 Decayed Zombies. And the Dormant Crow, which is not really... I mean, this can't block. I mean, how they are gonna win here? They can't attack for the lethal because of the Vigilance here given by the... And it's a really relevant part of the card that all my creatures have Vigilance. It allows making these kind of attacks, because I would be dead to a Witch's Web they can return with the Dryad's Revival here, if these guys were tapped. Yep, that is fine hand. I can get rid of the early drop. I have a 3 drop here. And I'm gonna leave the Flame Blessed Bolt up here now. And now I can play this to get me a... Well, I don't have to. Actually, this is a good way to, you know, hold priority with the Evolving Wilds without letting them know that I have a Flame Blessed Bolt, which I can't really kill with that thing. So I have a double red card in the deck, so I think I'm gonna take another mountain because I have 2 forests in my hand. I'd rather have access to 3 of them. Okay, so Bounding Wolf. I can't. I mean, I don't plan to make it into a knight, so I'm gonna play something right now. The question is, am I going to kind of waste this as a... I mean, the surprise values sometimes can be good, but maybe this time it's not really worth it. I'm gonna play it on main phase to prevent the knight becoming a thing. Blue-green, okay, well that is gonna be eaten by the Burn the Accursed. And I can, attack into that thing. I can attack into that thing and have the Massive Might up. Don't think they're gonna block with it. Or maybe they are if they just wanna get rid of my tricks. That makes sense. I use the riskier pump spell, although there might be some cases against the blue-green deck when I actually want to have access to the pump spell later on, but I still think it's better to leave the Flame Blessed Bolt as just a 2-mana burn spell. Alright, so now with the double Burn the Accursed here, it's really... I mean, I can get rid of these and something else that could be big. Unless it's the 5-mana 4/6 Vigilance Werewolf. Yeah, that would be actually rather annoying if that is the specific thing they're gonna have here. Now, I could also double take a 2-for-1 here. It's not the worst idea actually. Because the wolf isn't that amazing. Actually, I'm designing to do that. It might seem a bit odd, but that's a very decent use for my Flame Blessed Bolt. And I assume it's gonna trade with the burn spell anyway. So, I mean, pump spell. They know what's coming up. Maybe they use a card right away too. I mean, they have to make me commit to the Flame Blessed Bolt, I guess. They do use Startle there. Well, they get to draw a card there. Yeah, I could use the bolt to kill my own wolf to prevent them the card draw and the Decayed Zombie. I just don't know if it's worth it. This way it's also, I mean, prevents 2 damage still. So, I mean, I have to go for it, right? I have to hope they don't have another way to deal with it. I'm not gonna let them untap and have a pump spell and deal even more damage to me. So let's just try this works. If they have multiple things there... Well, that's the one thing that would have, made it sense to play it on their turn, if they have a counter spell. But if they had a pump spell... Okay, yeah, well, this is just... I guess I need my third Burn the Curse now. But if they had a pump spell, it would have been much better too. Oh, they have a 7 mana next turn, I lose. I guess I should have left these to block. Yeah, I lose now. Damn. I didn't even... No, it didn't matter. I would have lost anyway. So what I needed to do there is actually leave the Burn the Accursed up. Yeah, well, I didn't play it optimally, definitely, but I mean, once they had to flip the switch on from... I mean, once they had both the startle, I was even willing to, 2 for 1 myself, or 1 for 2 myself. To get rid of the rare, but they had the startle there, and then they had to flip the switch to continuation, which was the best possible thing they could have had there, because that also gave them a decayed zombie. If they had just a pump spell there, that would have been a lot better. But I still could have, used more time here, and maybe not just kill the sludge monster for no reason, I guess, and then, have the Burn the Accursed. But I mean, they wouldn't have gone for this. I would have had to use the Burn the Accursed before they get the activation, because they have the lethal attack anyway with the sludge monster and the oddity against my then just a 2/2 creature. So they would have, if they played smart, they would have won anyway. They never had to activate this before I had to commit to the Burn the Accursed. Okay, let's see if I can transform the Flame Channeler even once. I don't have a 2/3/4 curve unless I happen to draw my second red, but having the 2/3 start is of course going to be quite good already. And I'm also on the play here, so I can maybe apply some early pressure unless they have something. Play with fire. Nope. By the way, is that an Forgotten Realms card, or is it from Midnight Hunt? I don't even recall. Maybe it's from Midnight Hunt. Okay, I think I will... Yeah, I have no burn spell in my hand, so I'm not going to use the Massive Might on this. I'm just gonna go land Belligerent Quest here. Well, they don't want to lose it. I guess that's fine too. This is my... I mean, this is my second red which enters tapped, so I might... I mean, the other... But now that they, of course... I mean, I wasn't gonna not play the quest and just play the Evolving Vulture. Okay, that's fine. So I was kind of forced there. Okay, well, there's a burn spell which kills this for free and transforms this guy. I mean, let's do it. I could get somewhere... No, if they had another 1 toughness creature, I could try to see if they block or not. But now that... I mean, I can deal 1 damage to this thing, but it's not gonna kill it, so... This way I have an attack with the 3/3. And I can get my second red without it, hurting my curve too much. Now I do understand that if I played the forest here, I would be able to maybe protect my guy with the Massive Might, but I might also want to protect my Ballista Watcher with the Massive Might if they have, stuff like Upgrade, so I don't mind. Now, so far looking good, but of course opponent is still having 5 cards in their hand, so, but then again I have 2 relevant cards and 1 that is at least, playable. They have that spell. Does that mean they have missing land drops? Yeah. So I would have been able to save the Ballista Watcher from it, but now I still have the Massive Might up here. And yeah, I know I could have gone for the Wolf into quest here, but I just wanted to play the Watcher here. Because that allows me to also protect it with the Massive Might, and this allows me to actually just block here. Although if they have a Sure Strike, Massive Might wouldn't help. So if they attack into it, they could also have a Blade Brand. I think I would just take the damage in that case, but now they discard a Diagraph Horde. This requires removing loyalty counters from planeswalkers, so I don't think they're gonna use this anyway. Okay, this could be a Blade Brand or a Surge Strike, which means I'm not gonna block here. It can also be something that triggers from me taking damage this turn, but yeah, they definitely have something. I don't believe that was a bluff. Alright, this is actually fantastic because I can play another 4-mana card here and have the Massive Might up. And now I need to think about if I think I might block the Flame Channeler. Although the Surge Strike is still quite annoying. This is 8 power I can deal with the Massive Might. Actually, I have a lethal attack coming up now. And I'm only taking 4 here. And if they have stuff like a Bat Hunter, if they attack with both of them, I can't prevent that from happening. So, although a Surge Strike is now not a thing that helps them, now a Surge Strike can be answered with the Massive Might. Sure. I mean, they can have a burn spell, this will flip. Do I want to have the Siege Zombie? Because if they have like an upgrade... it's really tough actually. I don't know, let's do this and see what they have. Or they have... nothing. Interesting. Well, they have something post-combat then. Gift of Fangs. Well, I try to save it then. I mean, it's only gonna be a 2-2, but I think it's still worth using it. I think it's still gonna be worth using it, and now I can... It's really tempting just to play the land and pass the turn, actually. It's really tempting. Although this will become bigger too. But I can use this ping ability here. This becomes bigger too. Yeah, the sad thing is that they had the 2-3 after the... I was kind of hoping that the 2-2 would be, big enough. Big enough to attack here still. So now I kind of have to re-evaluate. I could just attack with the Mariner. I'm willing to take the trade and use 3 mana for this ability. Totally fine. I could attack with the Ballista Watcher alone, which they take. They go to 6. I can trade with the Siege Zombie using the Mariner. It's not so bad. Yeah, let's do it. Now this can get some pump effects, but... and this can deal... No, X can't be 0, so they can't... If they don't have loyalty counters to remove, they can't get a free trigger for this kind of an effect. Right. So, let's just, play the stuff on the board, and I will leave the forest in my hand because I have some ways to get blood tokens here. I'm at 12 here. I'm not losing to this board. They are the ones who have trouble against the Ballista Wielder actually. They need to kill that card somehow. This is a bit annoying card when it's, when they have mana up, because it can get... But I guess if they leave mana up, my both werewolves will transform. I mean, if they don't play anything, well, this will transform, so will this, and that's gonna be horrible for them. So they can't really do that. I guess one reason to play the land is that if they happen to, pass turn, and they want to kill this in my upkeep, I could use this ability twice if I had the 6 mana available. But that seems like such a low chance scenario to happen. I'd rather keep the forest in my hand and maybe even not give them the information that I have the 6th mana available. Okay, they have an upgrade for that thing. That's fine. And then, do they have more? If they have more instants or sorceries, that will mean that I'm in trouble here. But I'm not gonna fear. If they block with a zombie here, I will get to have a blood token. Okay, the trade is fine because now it's gonna become a knight without me having any say on it. So of course, opponent is at 4 lands, so they have taken some. Well, I guess they took only 1. I didn't get that much value, but of course the 3 lands, 3 cards in their hand if they were lands. I would obviously be winning with this board. But now they have spells in their hand. So if they can answer... I guess the zombie can't block either of them unless they go for the double spell, which this... Okay, they didn't. And this is a great one. Okay, so now I think it is... This is gonna force them to have something now. Oh, just a jump block. Okay, that's interesting. So whatever they have in their hand is not a playable spell. At 4 lands... At 4 lands... Is that gonna be a burn down the house? Oh, I hate this so much. If that's a burn down the house, Falkenrod Celebrant is horrible to play. But then again, if it's anything else, like if they are missing a color or they just have other kind of 5 and... Oh man, I do get to have one redraw here, but these are almost lethal anyway. But okay, I'm losing to burn down the house. I mean, I'm not exactly losing to it right away, but if they draw a 5th land and have that burn spell there, it's going to be so miserable. But because I get the blood tokens here, that was the reason I played it. Okay, I see the truth now. Okay, it was something a lot less troublesome. Man, if that was the burn down the house, it would have been annoying. Okay, these can't block, so obviously it's just game over. I don't need to do anything. Then attack with this Menace guy. That's the quickest way to win here. Even through the 2 damage thing here. Okay, most of my starting hands have been quite good, but this is best of 1. It has most of these 3 land starters when you play 17 lands, and also my deck has a very good mana curve, so that's part of the reason. Okay, I can even maybe kill the 2-drop if it's something I don't want to see. Yeah, that's definitely worth killing. Oh, I mean, I didn't even think about it, but I could have thought about it. It would have transformed this, but then again, I'm gonna curve out 2, 3, 4. There wasn't a very good... I mean, I guess my turn 3 didn't have to be... Oh, look at this, they just drew a card from this clue. My stuff is now... It's night now. Both these werewolves are, big now, but I still play, of course, their 3 mana. But what I was saying, that I could have played the turn 3 so that I play the Flame Channeler and the Bolter. Okay, what the opponent is doing here. Whatever they're doing, I'm just playing the land and attacking with both and see what happens. So this seems like they are going to have a counter spell. So I'm gonna start with the Flame Channeler. I mean, normally I just play the Mariner, but if they have a counter spell, I wanna do this now. Okay, and now I can double spell. Or are they gonna have it burn down the house? Alright. I kind of want the night to be a thing here. But then again, they can easily double spell. Oh, they have the secrets of the key. Yeah, okay, fine. Actually, now that I realize it, maybe I should have gone for the Mariner only. Too late now. I will double spell here. Because now, if they do happen to have this card draw spell... Oh, they just have a Revenge there. Well, they are not gonna have a burn down the house. And now I'm super happy I didn't go for the Mariner here. I'm actually slightly wondering that why didn't they do this in combat? They would have saved 3 damage and prevented me from getting the blood token. I think I'm gonna keep it on top. I don't mind drawing it because I can play it and have the massive might up here. Totally fine. Although probably will play this thing. But okay, they can use the Decayed Zombie for 2 damage. I couldn't care less. And of course I have a sweet attack into them, having tapped out, and the massive might just enables all good stuff here. So they basically have to take 6 now. It's too risky to block here. But then again, it's very risky to take all the damage. So yeah, that was really nice. Massive might. I really love the card. I mean, the fact it also gives trample and it's only a 1 mana thing. It's so good, so good. Now the opponent is gonna need to Axel some Axel interaction here. Now I think I'm going to just attack with all this stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. They go to what, 3 here. And now I still have the Rumpanwolf, which is actually lethal right now. So they have to deal with it or some other of my wolves here. Ah, that's a lot of expensive cards they drew here. And they have nothing. Of course, my elite attacks are just lethal. I mean, if they don't have an actual mass removal spell there, it's gonna be very tough to, you know, deal with this board while at 3 life. Okay, going first with this curve. Oh man, this requires some very good stuff from the opponent now. I mean, I have a 2, 3, probably the Crow on turn 4 if I don't get anything better to play, and the Massive Might back up here. I play the Mountain again on purpose not to have, you know, if they have a 1-drop, I don't want to give them the information about the Massive Might. Here I could play this thing that threatens to have Death Touch, but this is going to be a 2-4 attacker. They're not going to be able to block it. If they play a 1-3 here, which they did, I think I'm going to attack into it and play the Pestilent Wolf. I mean, I think I'm going to use the Massive Might here. That's the thing, if they block. It's a free attack, so I don't want them to start drawing cards. Yeah, with the Pestilent Wolf here, I think it makes total sense to use the Massive Might here. And if they don't block, I have this nice curve out with the quest anyway. So now they might even be thinking, did I even have a pump spell there? Because I would have done this attack anyway. Liberator. Okay. Sure. Well, I didn't draw the mana for the Dormant Grove, so I'm going to attack and probably trade with the Liberator here. And I don't need to save the quest if they block here. I mean, 1 blue mana spell, is that gonna... I don't care. I just wanna clear the board here. Yep. I don't think there's like a thing that could have done anything relevant for 1 mana. So now I only need any land to play the Crow. Well, I suppose a any land. I mean, there's an Evolving Wilds in my deck, so that would have been entering tapped. Alright, so this is fine. I can kill with the 5th land. This means I'm going to play the Dormant Crow without it being, you know, particularly useful now, because I'm not attacking with anything. I could have attacked with this, you know, with the Death Touch activation, but obviously I want to start getting those counters, so I didn't do that. Ogre of Autumn, well, that can give them lands from the top of the deck. With Coven, of course, it's gonna be better. Alright, so how to do it? Problem is they have, you know, these islands here, so they could have like the -2, -0 thing. But I think it's fine. I'm not going to... I feel like I don't wanna... Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna give the counter to the Pestilent Wolf. Because they can double block the Sporeback Wolf, and then I can trade with the Ogre of Autumn, and I'm happy about that. I mean, they still, of course, if they have something, I mean, then it's bad, but if they don't have anything, this is just fine. Geist Wave, sure. It's bounced now, so I guess that allows them to, you know, trade. I might actually get rid of it now. I do kind of want to draw a land here. I mean, and play the land if I draw it, so that's why I'm thinking doing it right now. The Pestilent Wolf is... Yeah, I need to draw a land. I think it's better than that, you know, than the... Okay, especially now, I just need to get to 5 mana. Problem, of course, is that this is now night. But I wasn't gonna play, I mean, the Flame Blessed Bolt was the only card I could have played that turn, and they made it so that I can't play it. Okay, so they can actually raise me now. I can't say I'm too happy, but if I happen to... Okay, they mill 2 non-lands, so now just draw a land that's not an Evolving Wilds, or don't draw. Am I gonna lose with all this Burn the Accursed in the hand, because I can answer the big threats here? Oh... It's time to transform the Dormant Grove. Now if they block with the Swarm here, I get to use my Flame Blessed Bolt. Kinda sad because I really want to play just the Mariner here, but I can block this thing with my 4/4 Wolf then. If they don't block, I can play the post-combat Mariner anyway. I'm not dying quite yet. Yeah, so now I have a 3/6 and a 4/6, which both have Vigilance. Again, the Vigilance is super relevant here. They might block the 3/6 just because, I mean, this is a free attack, which I'm gonna do no matter what. It is really tempting to just play the Mariner regardless. It is. But the point is, if I draw a land now, when I'm gonna use the Flame Blessed Bolt? I don't think there's gonna be a window to do that. But now if they take 7, of course, they're gonna go down to 6. I'm not dying on the next turn. This is only gonna put me down to what? 8 here. Yeah. I'm gonna kill it. And now, as long as... This also takes Coven away from them, which is relevant. If they have creatures on top of their deck, they could cast them with the Augur of Autumn. If they had Coven. Well, they could play a land at least, from top of the deck. But now with these Burn the Accursed, I mean, I should clear the way here somewhat easily. They might have the 6/6, of course, or something else with 6 toughness. There are, of course, a bunch of those cards in this format. But now they really need to have... They have 2 cards in their hand. They need to be something good. They can't be just, random medium-sized creatures. That's not gonna win them the game. I've drawn 16 cards and only 4 of them were lands. And it wouldn't be so bad if I didn't draw so many of my expensive cards here. Also the double red card here without 2 mountains. But I mean, I'm still in a very good shape if I just... if simply... Okay, rejection is like annoying, but not too horrible. Not gonna block with this guy, obviously. Do they have what kind of creature now here? Okay, they didn't double spell here. Maybe they didn't want to. Okay, I got my mountain here. That's good. So I'll just, of course, first try to attack here. And then it's the same thing. Do I want to play around a pump spell or a counter spell? I mean, I have to block this guy no matter what if it survives. So even if it's a pump spell. Yeah, they are having something for sure. Now sadly I can't double spell here. If I could, I would just, play 2 creatures and be happy with that. But now the only thing I can do is play 1 of my cards here. And problem is that if the Burn the Accursed fails, the problem is then that I will have to block. Jump block with the Grove Strider, and then I'm gonna be in trouble here. But let's say they have a counter spell, they counter this thing, or this thing, whichever. I mean, I could maybe play the 5/5 instead. Yeah, I think a counter spell is horrible. If it's a flip the switch, it's horrible. If it is a... Yeah, I'm gonna do this on their upkeep, because if it's a pump spell, unless it's specifically a massive might, I might as well, make them use mana on their own turn. Well, they have something now. Revenge. Well, okay, now I'm gonna just hope they don't have that, massive might. Okay, so now do I want to put that on my top? Because that's really slow, but then again, I guess if I drew a land, that would allow me to double spell, but is it enough that I just play one of the 4-mana cards on the next turn, or the Burn the Accursed, and then have this, thing as a backup here? It's of course not gonna be a creature, it's gonna be the enchantment. Because I might not need the enchantment for anything here. It's a really tough question. If the opponent was at 2 life, it would be so much easier, because then they, they would just lose to the Burn the Accursed here. Yeah, that's a really tough one. It really is, because the I think the counters are a bit too slow. I'm gonna decline this. Because I'm taking here 4, of course. That's gonna be... I mean, if they have any way to deal extra 2, I'm just losing. Alright, well... okay then. That was it. Now I'm super happy well, sadly, yeah, the very sad part here is, of course, that I have to double spell to not die. And it makes it, into a day. This 6/4 would be great to trade with the Flourishing Hunter. Okay, well, I mean... both the 4/4 and the 4/3 can, block the Autumn without dying. So I will be jump blocking this. If I'm gonna go for the double block... yeah, let's do it like this. Not sure if that's what I need to do, but I mean, if they attack with just a hunter, I have the opportunity to double block. It's still going to suck, but well, let's see what they have. I mean, they might... I guess with the fact that they have the Geist Wave, Lunar Rejection, and the Revenge of the Drowned, there was a lot of bouncy interaction while I was stuck at 4 lands. They get again a land from top of the deck. That could mean that they have no, they have a priority steal, so they most likely have a castable spell in their hand unless they did this thing, put stops to their main phases. Okay. Okay then. So now I just lose because I have to double block this because it has Trample, and then I take 3 here. No, it doesn't matter. I mean, I just no blocks. Yep. I was thinking about if they have like another creature or something like that, how can I, still win here? But no, they had just one of the bomb rares in the format. Anyway, my deck didn't have bomb rares. Did it have any rares? It had really good uncommons, and I still went to 6 wins, so it's a good one. Because of course, a lot of these games I lost, I saw a lot of rares from the opponent, so I'm quite happy this deck ended up at 6 wins. At 6 wins, given that I had actually no rare cards in the deck. I had just high quality commons, some very nice uncommons here, and a good mana curve, tricks and removal here. Good enough for 6 drops, so for 6 wins in this multiple rare format. So yeah, that was it, and I think let's claim the price here now. That was plus 500 gems. I actually have had, I mean, if you are a regular watcher, I don't cut any of my drafts. This was in fact my 4th double feature draft, and all of them have been, very good results because I'm actually up at 1000 gems in total. Anyway, so that has been really successful run of drafts. So as you can see, season ends in 23 hours. It would have been maybe fun to try to see if I can get like a 7-0 set or something like that. Maybe try to get to top 50, top 10, top 20 or something like that. But of course, there's no additional, reward being at high mythic rank other than, to showcase it to other people. So this will be my final ranked draft on this season, I think, because I think my next draft will be a Crimson Vow traditional draft, and then after that I will have more of these double features, but that will be after I have I go to sleep next, and then I will have a work day, and then the season will end before my next ranked draft. So this will be my rank on January. I don't need the top 1200 finish because I do have the Decathlon tokens for the qualifier invite anyway, but it was fun too. I haven't been high mythic in a long time, so it was fun to kind of accidentally get there during 1 month then. Okay, so that was it. A long video already, and I will see you in the next one, which will be, so just to recap, next one will be a Crimson Vow traditional draft, and then on the same day as that video publishes will be also a double feature draft. So this will be publishing on Tuesday. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.